What's up, YouTube? What's up, Twitch? Shucks, shoot. So I just been gone so long because shoot, I was doing my reviews, for the Power Rangers, season one of this Mighty Morphin and stuff like that. Because the first 10 episodes I already did those, but the one I got now is like I got 11 through 15. Um, I did and stuff like that. The final season because the thing about shoot, I probably got to go back and just start doing them seasons and just start posting my reviews and stuff like that. That's what I think of them. Yeah, the thing about it, some people think you don't be Power Ranger fans and stuff like that. Unless you tell them, stuff like that. In my opinion, which is dumb. Um, and it kind of like the thing about it and about Marvel and about this writer strike, it's messing up some of their movies too. The writer strike and stuff like that. Because thing about it, if you notice this stuff like that, it seems like the DC movies already been shot and already just be going through post production. Sound like Blue Beetle, the Flash movie, and they're saying that the same man who did the Flash movie, he's supposed to be doing Batman Brave and the Bold. I think they say. I think Batman Brave and the Bold was an anime cartoon first, wasn't it? I think that was an anime cartoon first, though. Brave and the Bold. Because the last time I checked, it was a Brave and the Bold thing. The last time I checked and stuff like that. And Brave and the Bold, should they might be bringing in Damien, I think. But the thing is, in my opinion, I just don't want no kid Damien. I think, in my opinion, he shouldn't be a kid. He should be like a teenager, like 17 or something like that. In my opinion, because the thing about it, there was Marvel Spider-Man had tapped me out just for kids superheroes when Marvel did. They tapped me out just for seeing them. And for the thing about it, American Chavez is supposed to be powerful, but she couldn't hardly beat Wanda half of the time. Seeing like because she taught some universal things that everybody claims she's supposed to be more powerful than Wanda, but that's what I sure didn't see it. And everybody was talking she's a kid. This me. Why you keep on? Why you keep on casting kids just for parts of movies and meant for adults and young adults and stuff like that? That's dumb, in my opinion, to do that. In my opinion, that's dumb because the thing for me, like for the Marvel universe, that will always hold them back. I think, in my opinion, for them to try to cast kids and teenagers and stuff. I think stuff like that and writing will always hold them back. I think, in my opinion, it would. And this and kind of like the bad part for me, which I would like to see, like if they actually could give me a good movie, deal with the Captain America movie, and just make it serious. I think, in my opinion, and just give him the serum because shoot, he gotta need it. And um dealing with the X Men's and stuff like that, and deal with the X Men's characters. I think, in my opinion, um, they can't write it the same way like they do the Avengers. In my opinion, because you can't do it. Because you try to write the same way as the Avengers and stuff like that with comedy, that's not gonna work. Because you look at Skyclops is serious, Skyclops, Beast, Iceman, Angel. most of them characters is serious. They not really comedy people, comedy characters like you just can write jokes for, because you can't do it unless you add in Gambit inside that first movie or something like that, or just towards the end. That's probably the only way that I could think of somebody putting a comedy some type of movie. But so even at that, Gambit is serious too. He sounds like both, in my opinion. And and kind of like for me, right, and stuff like that. And like for the X Men's and stuff like that, if they gotta do a 3 or 4 part movie, they gotta need writers that don't put politics above the quality of the movie. Because you need to think about the quality of the movie before your politics and stuff like that. In my opinion, and that's how Marvel.
Yeah, for products for the movies, yeah. Then so yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because you notice like the writer strike in Marvel is messing them up right now. The writer strike and stuff is
Yep,
messing up.
yep. I got so yeah. It is for
And cause you notice like DC already got the Flash finish, Blue Beetle, and and pl- and this is the Flash movie writer and the Mr. City. He doing the
mm-hmm.
Batman Brave and the Bold already.
Yeah,
I don't get it. That Kevin Feige said that he supposed to Ben had introduced the X-Men's inside the universe.
yeah.
Where where they at?
Yeah, where? Come
Where
on, it's
they
not
at?
hard. Just find perfect cast people, then that's go break. So
Yeah, because they might if you get it, the easiest character to introduce inside the MCU that just to
yes,
cast the X-Men's and the X-Men's and the Avengers together is
yeah,
how can I say Professor Xavier. Just tease
yes,
him at the end of the movie. That's the
yeah.
easiest thing that you can do.
It's not that hard. Just someone, or just need to be fair. Just say Professor Xavier or something like that, or school or something. Tease it, like make
Wait a
it
minute.
different. But
If it's not Professor Xavier the one to tease, they can tease Cyclops, one of the
yeah,
leaders. What's wrong with
yes,
that?
yes, yes. At least say Skycorp or something is called or something like that.
Yeah. Because you look at it, Cyclops is the second leader besides Professor Xavier to put the team together.
Yeah,
How, how
it's not
hard
that
can
hard.
this the easiest cast this the easiest 3 or 4 part story that you can write. The
Right.
first 2 parts, the first
Just
two movies could be about origins
yeah,
of fighting Sentinels
at
or
least
just
two, yeah, yeah. Origin of it, the characters, then build suspense for the battle for it.
the 90s animated cartoon show Marvel just how to write the Sentinel program and just fighting Magneto at the same time. They can make a 2 or 3 part movie off of that, off the origin. I don't get it. Because you look at it, the Sentinel program, how to be built up, and just how to fight the Sentinels robots, that could be a 2 part movie. And plus, for the third part in the origins, they could be fighting Magneto or just having the differences and stuff like that. I do not get it, in my opinion. How how do people in Disney who get paid to come up with ideas can't even do it? And plus, that's what I came up with ideas less than 5 minutes. I just don't get it. I came up with an idea for the X Men less than 5 minutes just to tease just to end a movie. Less
Yeah,
than
a lot of
5 minutes.
fans easy to do better than the writers. The fans not understand it for that's why.
Yeah, and my problem with Marvel is seeing like they put politics above a good movie, and that's a bad thing. Because you shouldn't be putting the politics besides
In
above
the
a good
movie,
movie. Yeah,
no,
because
very bad. To get
yeah,
some fair movie, very bad. No, it would make very bad. Because no one watch it. That's why. Yeah,
yeah, and kind of like the bad thing dealing with this, right? Deal with the X Men and stuff like that. The X Men's got so many characters, good and bad. Like they can introduce and just make spin-off series after the origins. They can make spin-off series. They can make anthology series based on certain characters that's not related to the X Men. They got so many characters that they can use and stuff like that. And did you hear about the people who doing the secret invasion saying to some they don't want to put Doctor Strange and some of the other Avengers inside the series? I say, um if this supposed to be a secret invasion, wouldn't you need Doctor Strange? Wouldn't you need um the just new Captain America, the Winter Soldier, some of
Yeah,
these some of these other people, and you tell me that you don't want to bring in Doctor Strange?
come on.
uh, uh because the excuse is that this excuse that they give also they want to give a character in depth besides Nick Fury. He already had a character
In
up in the
depth,
Captain
correct?
America series. The Captain America
Yeah,
series told about his character inside that series and stuff like that.
yeah. Including Asian Shield, right? Or Nick Fury's
Yeah,
final person. So yeah, what do you mean back? You got enough backstory for him.
I probably know what he's saying that because they know they messed up in Captain Marvel when they
Yeah,
said the cat had scratched his eye out and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah,
That's the thing because this me just tell people that at the end of the movie it just didn't happen inside the main universe. They said it
yeah.
happened inside parallel universe, like they
Hmm.
always doing all the time.
Yep.
Because they already got a parallel universe. This this pawn off on that one. Because you shouldn't be saying that the main Nick Fury eye got scratched up because of a cat, and because so we all know that's a lie based on the Captain America series that we got earlier, the first three movies, because they said like he trusted a friend, and plus a friend do not mean an animal. The last time I checked, that's the thing I'm I'm trying to wrap my head about something. Whoever wrote that movie, and they say two people wrote that movie, the Cap Marvel movie, and plus I'm trying to figure out the person who approved that part to make a cat scratch Nick Fury out. I want to know the person who approved that,
Yeah, I
and
wonder who. Yeah,
they
he did
need
make
to
sense.
be demoted or fired. One of them, because we all know that based on the Captain America series that we saw earlier,
Yeah,
is
correct.
that is that Nick Fury did not like animals howling inside the shield facility
Yeah,
half of the time because he didn't want no security breaches
yeah,
inside the building. Because you look at it that if you look at the first Avengers movie that one of the shield people was hiding that he was playing Galaga inside the thing because he know Mick Fury was tricked. He hid that part inside the first Avengers movie, and, the only person that saw it just was Tony, and so the man got scared, and switched the screen. The first Avengers movie and stuff like that, and that was kind of thing that kind of got me tripped out. I was you telling me that a man that don't trust people let a cat scratch him? No, no, that junk ain't happening. That's not happening. Any if anybody in the comments just want to tell me I'm wrong, or just after the video, or after this I seen or stuff like that I'm wrong, then you got to explain to me. How do you think a man that that was careful about every move he make just would let a cat scratch his face? Come on now, and that wasn't even his pet cat.
yeah. Right back.
That was his pet.
No. space cat or some or
That
alien
was,
cat, something in disguise or something.
and this shall make us shoot out something as an alien. Plus, I'm looking at this. I say, you try to tell me
Oh,
that
the cat.
Nick Fury didn't trust because
Like
because
it's
because
just
that's what he didn't even trust Thor. Because he didn't
yeah,
trust Thor, Captain America, none of the Avengers. And you try to tell me that a cat got to and scratch his eye out and make his eye. Come on, that don't make sense. That don't make sense as story narrative. It be because the person I think did it was a Taskmaster. I think the male Taskmaster because you remember like in the comic books, Nick Fury had fought
that's
Taskmaster or
most
something like that. Taskmaster was on the run
yeah,
back in the comic book, and
yeah,
that would make more sense. That would make more sense to me, and like in the bigger universe, because if you could bring this original Taskmaster back, the male one, and just say that he was the one that kind of shot Nick Fury in the eye, be something like that. Just as Nick Fury, one of his partners, as a new person, and he just betrayed him just for hiding and stuff like that. Yeah, could they say that Taskmaster worked for money and worked for hire and stuff like that, and that would be like a good thing I think in my opinion stuff like that if they can do that. Be, be, because the thing is the story what they told in Captain Marvel when it said Nick Fury lost the eye, that don't make sense though.
yeah,
That don't make sense based on the personality that Nick Fury had throughout phase one, two, and three. That jump don't make sense.
yep, for Miss Alpha.
And some of the people online is actually be like defending it. And they be defending it too online because I noticed that sometimes that some of the bigger channels be like defending some of the stuff Marvel be doing. Don't you criticize DC and stuff like that just for doing that and stuff like that because you criticize DC just for Sony storytelling in their movies, which kind of make more sense than Marvel movies. And y'all got a nerve to me talking, but the movie wasn't good. But you defend Captain Marvel? Come on now, that junk don't make sense. Yeah, because the thing about for me, which I noticed, like dealing with DC, Marvel, and everybody else and stuff like that, which I noticed stuff like that is kind of like the bad thing about it. It seemed like the fans got a affinity just for Disney stuff,
Yeah,
and sometimes and deal with the Spider-Man stuff, that on the Spider-Man game and stuff like that. That I don't get why everybody was so hyped from the Sony, the Sony game and stuff like that on showcase because the only good game they show was the Spider-Man game. Because you take that out, they just was the average showcase. Just from the on the PlayStation showcase with the show games and stuff and news. And people got nerve talk some Xbox must be mad. I say how Xbox is mad at a normal showcase all except for one thing. it be because you take out Spider-Man at the game that are off the showcase. That was a normal showcase, and plus the Xbox showcase actually show about um what they plan to do for the future, and they actually show the studios what they bought. They actually show the fans what they bought, the studios and stuff like that. You know what I mean? There's time for companies and there's time for the two
Yeah,
companies stuff like that what they do. And PlayStation is stubborn. It's time for sharing games and stuff like that. And PlayStation got nerve toss on um why they making certain games exclusive just for them. I say, wait a minute. Ain't you the same
mhm,
company that don't share God of War? Ain't you the same company that don't share Spider Man and stuff like that? And you worrying about
yeah,
Xbox and what we doing over here? Come on, now that junk don't make sense. That junk don't make sense in my opinion. And plus the fans don't call them out. The PlayStation fans don't call them out at all. Cause this don't talk on yeah, should they right? I'm looking at them. I say, wait a minute. If 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 PlayStation actually share their God of War, they'll make money, a lot of money too. If they would share God of War, Spider Man, stuff like that, because if you look at it, that because they put the Justice that on the Justice League, I think getting just on how can I say, just on Xbox, because that's what I hope they do that too. They just kill Justice League just on Xbox because that's what I said. No, I said okay. Since you want to be stubborn, just with Spider Man, we can do the same thing with y'all. And just with the games and stuff like that too. Because the bad thing about it, which I noticed about the PlayStation fans, boy, they might be big in time for a Spider-Man game come out. I'm looking at them. I say, what other game besides Spider-Man and God of War that y'all got that y'all really get hyped for? Besides the sport games and stuff like that, and y'all got nothing. Because you look at because you take out God of War and because you take out God of War and Spider Man, it's a normal game system. It's normal. Because you look at Xbox um Xbox be coming up with original games, but the thing is, it sound like
yeah,
we don't really hype it up. Sound like PlayStation do just for certain
yeah,
games they got. Because you look at it, in my opinion, if Xbox come out with a Gears of War series or movie, PlayStation done. PlayStation done. Because that's what they can say. Gears of God of War movie coming out, but that's what that won't make as much money as the how can I say this? That won't make much money as a just as Gears of War series that coming out and stuff like that. And that's kind of like the bad thing, which I noticed dealing with dealing with the companies and stuff like that, PlayStation companies. I said, wait a minute now. No, because you try to tell me just with Gears of War and stuff like that. Gears of War, we got Gears of War, we got Halo.
yeah,
Because that's what if Halo get a movie or just a reboot series, that guy that Halo series got comic books. We got comic books, games, everything and stuff like that. Everything else like that. And Mass Effect, ooh, it, it, if a Mass Effect movie come out right now, and this I said Gears of War movie, Mass Effect winning. Mass Effect is winning it. And that when people, in my opinion, just need to realize, time for movies and stuff like that. It's sort of like you go company for company, IP for IP. Xbox might got less, but this show more stuff. It, which I notice most of the time, which I notice, which I notice most of the time, stuff like that. That and kind of like the bad thing, which I noticed dealing with them and dealing with PlayStation. if you take out their just their money making cow, Gears of no, not Gears of War, but God of War and Spider Man, that on this stuff be like normal, because like for Xbox know how to sell their new stuff,
Yeah,
and
that
and
guy.
and that's the kind of thing I noticed with Xbox because when the new game come out, Xbox know how to advertise. Xbox know how to say how they game work with a different company and stuff like that. And that's kind of thing I noticed them with them. And kind of like the thing for me, which I noticed for that, shoot, that's kind of like backwards. And kind of thing about it, It's more PlayStation than Xboxes out there, and Xboxes still know how to outsell PlayStation on certain games. Because that's what you do. You do with platform games. Nintendo, Xbox is top two. PlayStation is a good system, but the thing is, their their fans overhype their games in their engine. I noticed that, and y'all
Yeah, I
play
could agree on arguments.
because you look at some of their games they came out, and David Timothy taught some this game the best thing happened, and plus you play it, and and for the game be good, but the thing is the game don't be that good as the fan be telling you it is and stuff like that. And that's kind of backwards thing that I don't like with PlayStation fans, because them with Xbox fans, we would tell y'all that the game is good and stuff like that, but we won't hype it up to the point that we saying that that's the best thing ever. That we don't do that. Because that's what that be stupid to say that the game the best thing on the best thing ever, and plus we look at the game yourself and we play it, and plus the game got bugs and be freezing up and stuff like that, and the game start freezing up. Because that's what the fans won't trust your word no more and stuff like that. And that's kind of thing I noticed with PlayStation fans, like they don't get that.
Yeah, I agree on argument.
Because you can't hype up a game, just as a big old video game walkthrough person, and you do like reviews and stuff like that, and people expect to trust your word when they buy a game. Because then for me, if I do review for games, I tell the good with the bad with the games and stuff like that, and what I like and just what I don't like and stuff like that. And that was some people just fail to realize sometimes, because you got to give the good reviews along with the bad sometimes deal with games. Because you can't do that, then you should not be a video game reviewer, and you can't be biased because you like a company and stuff like that. Because that's why you might like the company, but that's if the game is bad, you got to be able to say the game is bad and stuff like that. Because that's what if you can't say, in my opinion, that the game is bad, then you fail just as a video game reviewer, and just as a and just as a video reviewer in general and stuff like that. And that's when you fail. I think, in my opinion, because you supposed to be able to tell your fans, non-fans, if you think the game is good or not and stuff like that. You supposed to be able to tell your fans that, because if you can't do that, it's over. It's over if you can't tell them that. That's dumb. Be-
Yeah, I agree on that.
Yeah, and kind of like the other thing I noticed, like on time for games and stuff like that. Because I'm looking at this, I'll be looking at video game reviewers, just be playing games where they know it's bad. I'm looking at them. I say, wait a minute, ain't you the same one on Twitter that be saying um that the game wasn't that good and just were average, and you playing it unless you change your mind or something like that? I understand that, but you shouldn't, because you telling people about something. That game average. That game not good. But you playing a full walkthrough on your channel? Come on now, that junk don't make sense. That junk don't make sense in my opinion. And that's how PlayStation fans and Disney fans is the same way. I think, in my opinion, because sure they might not like me for saying that, but that's what is true. PlayStation fans,
Yeah.
PlayStation Disney fans, it's just the same book.
Yeah.
Because the thing about, in my opinion, right? You can tell a Disney fan like the story don't make sense, like I'm dealing with the books, and they would think you criticizing because of politics. I say, wait a minute now. If you look at these big old reviews, it wouldn't be happening with politics. That on the politics is already inside the comic books already. What the story's about.
Yeah.
If they actually read if they actually read it, because if they actually read this stuff, then they will know that these stuff is actually it had it has small politics, but the thing is that like the politics didn't override the story, the override the story and stuff like that, and that's the thing. Like I would like to see. It sounds like you should have a good story behind your movies, shows, and everything else like that. And kind of like the other thing, like I notice most of the time, like I'm dealing with movies and shows and stuff like that. I'm looking at this. I say, women now. Should you criticize these non-Marvel, these non-Disney shows? You know how to go back and break down what you didn't like and did like, but that's what time for Disney stuff. You got bias
Yeah.
towards it, and even you can't even separate it. I'm gonna look at them different, in my opinion. Like for some reviews I look at, I like them, but just I noticed that some of them got a bias just to certain stuff that they read and stuff like that. Sometimes they have ties to a company, but I'm looking at it. I say, oh
Yeah.
shit, I know you might have a sponsorship deal with them and stuff like that, but this means you got to be able to tell the truth on some of it. Yeah, sure, you shouldn't be like cursing them out, not like that, but you should be like how can I say, be able to be um how can I say this? Be able to be balanced in your critiques and stuff like that. And that is me, in my opinion. That's what I noticed. You got to be able to be balanced in your critique, because if you can't do that, then you're gonna be in trouble. I think, in my opinion. Because the other thing I noticed is, if you can't do that, I think in my opinion, you gotta be able to do it.
Yeah.
Because
Fair enough.
you got to be able to be like balanced in your critique and stuff like that of the stuff that you be reviewing. Because damn me, some DC shows be good. I like some Flash series, so I like some Arrowverse shows. But that's what, in my opinion, I am able to pick out the bad storytelling, which was in the Arrowverse. I'm able to say that. Because that's what I'm a fan, and plus also that as a fan, you got to be able to give good criticism. If you can't do that, then you is done as an internet reviewer, time for shows and stuff like that. If you can't even do that,
Yeah.
because you got to be able to be you got to be able to have
Equal
critiques.
to the reviewer. Be honest.
Yeah,
Honest about the game for them.
yeah, and because the bad thing about it, in my opinion, shoot, they be having like some like big reviewers that had that have Prometheus as a higher score than the first Predator movie. I said, wait a minute now, you telling me because the bad thing about it, which I don't like about that, it sounds like how can you put Prometheus above the Predator movie? Because the bad thing about how some Prometheus was a boring movie, and you put Prometheus above the Predator movie because you said that they
The
went for the
best, yeah.
science.
The original, I think that
Yeah, the original.
the
How do
original
you
the best
put?
than the new ones.
Because I'm looking at
Some
this.
classic.
I saw this.
How? Um,
Man, that jump was dumb.
good.
That jump was dumb. I saw that. I said, wow.
Yeah,
And they kind of
the
dunked
original
him about
better
it.
than the new ones.
And guess what? Someone
Good.
say the reason
Logic.
why that they did it. They told us
What?
it was good storytelling. I say good
It's
storytelling,
no. It's not.
boy.
Does not make sense of it. The logic does not make sense of it. Better for the original one. Makes sense of it.
And they told us some. It was a good ride. Looking at the whole movie, I'm looking at them. I say, wait a minute. This puts the bent at Alien franchise prequel movie. Just how the aliens got here and stuff like that. And you try to tell me that it wasn't even an alien, it was a different creature that made aliens because that's what when you look at the movie Alien versus Predator, the 2010, I think the Alien versus the Alien versus Predator movie or something like that when it was in Egypt, they said that the predators made the aliens, and now you telling me that the predators they made the aliens? You telling me it was somebody else?
Yeah, we're retcon for it. Yeah.
Yeah, that don't make sense. Because the thing about it, it'll make more sense if the predator made the aliens off of experiment stuff like that for them to try to control them. That would make more sense if the predators did it. I don't get how you how you go for Predator made the aliens and um for you to put that Prometheus made the aliens an android, that don't make sense be, because the predators just would have killed him or something like that. Based on the android we saw up in Prometheus, he couldn't fight. He was a peaceful one who would kill when necessary, but the thing is he wasn't a soldier and stuff like that. Which I don't get
Right.
how
Right.
people could actually put they actually put Prometheus above you put Prometheus above a Predator movie which actually had good action to the movie. I'm looking at this, I say, how? How do you how do you put a Predator movie that had hold up the action franchise just for so long during the 80s and 90s? I think the 90s, I think that Predator movie came out, the first one. Hold up the ancient franchise and plus told a good story about the predator species at the same time, and you try to tell me that all these stuff, everything else like that, and that's kind of bad thing that kind of get me mixed up about the Alien franchise because thing that's right, toss that, at first they say that Predator did it, then it's saying that the aliens was their own species. They need to come up with an origin with this coming up in the future with that, and, because you look at the game and stuff like that, the game, the alien, it just the alien of descent game and stuff like that. It kind of seemed like me, in my opinion, about that toss. If they had the aliens versus predator descent game, if they make that into a series, I'll actually like that because there's that would be like a some kind of suspense series to get the people to like just to get the people to be able to go in, save people, save scientists, stuff like that. Some of them might die, some might not die. But the thing is, in my opinion, some of the I don't think the aliens probably should kill people inside that series because the thing about it, to me, in my opinion about that, which I don't get, that people don't get about that, talking about something. Is this supposed to be like a serious stuff like that?
Right.
This should always try to get that this should always say that the aliens was a separate species that was that was actually in war just with the predators, and that would make more sense. I think, in my opinion, if they do that, every
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
because the things they already changed it up in the 2017 Alien movie, which actually was a bad movie.
Yeah.
It, and just how some people died. Some people died the dumbest way because I'm looking at them. I say, wait a minute now. You telling me you telling me you got a hugger in front of your face, and you can't pick up a big old bedpan and just knock the hugger out and step on it. It's a hugger. It's not even a really big alien at the time.
Yeah.
Because the huggers really can't fight nobody. It just a hug to your face. This knock off your that just knock it off your face. Because if you look at it, keep your mouth shut. The huggers can't do nothing and stuff like that. If you look at it as a whole and stuff like that, and sometimes and sometimes most of the time when I notice about the Alien franchises, it sound like they can have a good movie, but they come right behind it with a bad one. I say, God, though, y'all had a good start just with the Predator 2010 movie, and then all the people had to do, all they had to do is make a good Alien movie in 2017 or 18 or something like that. That's all they had to do. The easiest thing in the world to do, and they screwed up. Because I'm looking at this, I say, oh man, they had a good 2010 Predator movie, and they gonna come right behind it and make bad a bad movie, man. You came right behind it, and I was mad too. I said, God, dog, y'all had a good
Yeah.
movie. Y'all had a good movie after the Predator 2010 movie and stuff like that, and they had a good start right there, and it came behind it with some bad movies. Cause I'm looking at them, I say, really? Cause I'm looking at them, I say, why? And and sometimes people just might think I'm being too harsh, but I don't think I'm being too harsh. Just just when the writers seem like they don't know how to make a good movie half of the time dealing with the Alien franchise. Because if you look at it after two, if you look at it as a whole, the Predator franchise is in better shape than the Alien franchise right now. And that's kind of like the sad thing about it. And that's kind of like the bad thing about it, which I notice is seeing like the Alien franchise writers need help with this stuff. And that's kind of like the bad thing, which I noticed, like dealing with writers and stuff like that. And kind of like the other thing that I want to see, dealing with writers and stuff like that, dealing with the Alien franchise, they need to make their mind up. In my opinion, they need to make their mind up because if you can't make your mind up and stuff like that, and that gonna mess everybody up. I think, in my opinion, and kind of like the other thing that I want to see for the Alien writers is sound like somebody said that the Big O Princess movie do not count at time for the Alien franchise thing. Just take that movie out, please,
Yeah, fair enough.
because that movie do not deserve to be part of the Alien franchise. Because you take that movie out and plus the 2017 movie, shoot, the Alien franchise to be in shape. Because you look at Alien 1, 2, and 3 was cool movies, and plus like the Alien versus Predator movie, that was a good movie, but that was more of a crossover. I wouldn't call that a movie for the franchise. I would call that a crossover movie. Sound like the Avengers Infinity War. I would call it like that. It would be like the first Avengers movie, the Alien versus Predator movie and stuff like that. If you look at it as a whole, and kind of like the other thing I know is like I'm time for movies, shows, and stuff like that. Um, and dealing with the predators. I think in my opinion, if they can actually do, if they can do, how can I say, time for the predators. If they can make a movie just like each period in history, sound like one for Japanese, one from back in the Western days and stuff like that, and just go on with the modern times, that'd be a
Hmm.
good one, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Uh,
Save it.
be,
Yeah.
because you look at it they say that the predators was just were hunting humans for years, and that
Yeah,
would
for
come
game
all the
enemies.
way
Well,
back
yeah.
to yeah, that would make sense, I think, in my opinion. Um, and
Yeah.
kind of like the other thing that I would want to see, like do it. Um, they need to find a way to, how can I say this, make the writing better in the newest Alien movies.
Yeah,
Please,
fair enough.
please, somebody hire a good writer for the Alien movies.
Who understand it, right? Yeah. Who understand the story, right?
Yeah, because the thing about it, when you look at the earlier Alien movies, it's seeing how could I say this? It's seeing like it's seeing like the Alien movies, the Alien Predator movies for early on, care about the right in the lore of the aliens and stuff like that. Because that's what it sounds like to me. Because they care about the lore more. Back in the early Predator movies, they care about the lore and stuff of it, and they didn't care
Yeah.
about politics in the movies.
Nope.
Because if
It's
you
still
look at
more
it,
prevalent.
doing Alien Predator, yeah, yeah, because you know most of the time doing Alien Predator movie, you don't care about no politics, you care about staying alive and stuff like that, and stuff like that. So you should be caring about how you live that the, because you care about living. So you're not caring about what politics the other person is um in the movie. That's dumb. I think, in my opinion, and that when the studios is messing up at. I, I think, in my opinion, that was studio messing up at. I think, for me, because you look at because like the Fast and Furious movie, I actually saw that movie, and that was actually a good movie, in my opinion. In my opinion, that was actually a good movie. The politics of the politics of that movie is actually good. That's what I like. The Fast and Furious movies just don't care about politics. They care about a good action movie.
Yeah, you're right.
It, it, because look at the Fast and Furious movie. Actually, it is a fun action movie that that people just don't care about. That they just don't care about politics. They care about they giving us that action packed movie and stuff like that. And people claim that Fast and Furious just don't have no story. Fast and Furious do actually just have a story if they actually saw the other movies, in my opinion. Because that's what if you saw the other movies of Fast and Furious, you would know that Dante Reyes that on the movie villain came from the fifth movie, came from the fifth Fast and Furious movie when it was in Brazil. If you know what if people actually keep track and look at the movies, and people be claiming they look at the movies and stuff like that, but we know that they don't time for movies and stuff like that. Because we all know that they don't keep track on the Fast and Furious movie stories, but they do got a story. Because like people be worrying about the actions that be in the movie and stuff like that. Because that's what, in my opinion, when you actually look at when you look at some of the when you look at some of the lines that is in the movie, that shows that they will know that it was part of it. Come on, that would make sense if people don't look at it, but it makes sense though and stuff like that. Because you got to look at, in my opinion, movies and shows and different stuff. Be, because you look at Fast and Furious do got a story, but that's what is not as convenient to everybody else being there. But it's just me, of my opinion. It don't be like convenience to everybody else want it to be. But the movie do be good though. That and put the Fast and Furious movie actually be fun, and that what movies supposed to be fun and good at the same time. Because the movies is not supposed to be like stuff like that. It's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be fun and good action movie. It's an action movie. What do people expect from an action movie? I just don't get it. What do people expect from an action movie though? And that's what I don't get. You expect an action movie to be boring, just tell a story, but that's not an action movie and stuff like that. That's not that makes no sense. That makes no sense in my opinion. If you supposed to be there for an
Yeah,
action movie and you supposed to tell a story, come on now, that just don't make sense.
yeah, sure. No, it's over. Got that.
And that when people like in my opinion be like giving just be giving Fast and Furious too much flack because this didn't talk
Yeah,
some where's the story? That's what. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Some of y'all YouTube channel talk some what's the story? What's the story in Marvel? And they won't say nothing then. They won't say nothing then though when you say it because they did not say nothing. They didn't say nothing to the just to that when somebody asked them that and they come and talk some so you went about Fast and Furious, how about the Marvel Universe story? And you can tell when the bias come in heavy. I say, God dog. Look, you don't talk some but we got phase one, two, and three for a movie for our story. I look at them, I say, wait a minute, we on phase four and five. Why you worrying about one, two, and three?
yeah. Why? Yeah,
Because you know that one, two, and three just got a better story structure just in four and five right now. And y'all know it. And they know it too. The time for story and everything else and stuff and that. This them talks on. but you gotta give Marvel time. But y'all give DC time though. That to get the universe in check. This y'all talk some.
Yeah, that's true, not correct. Yeah.
This y'all talk some. DC need a Superman movie now. They need Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Everybody come out. But I'm looking at them. I said, wait a minute. So you do know that the Flash movie got to come out first, just for just before everybody else movie could come out. Then and just tell this story and be able to come in line. This sound like a puzzle piece, and that one people just don't get sometimes because sure, just with DC, our stories is longer than Marvel's most of the time with characters we got. Because you look at how can I say this? When you look at certain shows and stuff like that, which I notice sometimes, like dealing with movies and stuff like that. How could I say this without being mean? Um, so they're seeing like Marvel don't know how to write for the easiest character possible. Cause I'm looking at them, I say, so you do know that the easiest character that y'all got is Captain America. You can't even write the Hawk right, and She-Hulk. And She-Hulk is one of the easiest characters to write though. And you can't even write, and you can't even get that right. And
Yeah.
you and these were the same Disney fans talking that, but the Blue Beetle movie just don't look like they just don't got stakes. I'm looking at them. I said, wait a minute now. None of your Spider-Man movies just had stakes. The first three Spider-Man movies only had stakes because of the other characters that was in it, and not because of Spider-Man himself. Be- And that when people, if you take out Mysterio, you take out Iron Man, and just like a normal Spider-Man kid movie with no kind of stakes, without him fighting crime, probably. Because I'm looking at this, I said, wait a minute now. Toby Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, each of them was on fighting crime before the villain came in inside
Yeah.
their movie. Because they start bank robbers, they fight bank robbers, they caught criminals and stuff like that. And you telling me that you can't show Tom Holland stopping crime for about 20 minutes in a movie, and he's Spider Man in New York City, and put it tease Miles about to be a better Spider Man than Peter already in one movie. I'm calling it right
Yeah.
now. I'm calling
Yeah.
it.
I feel about that. Yeah. Into the
I'm
Spider Verse part. But yeah.
Yep.
In the image. Yeah. Yeah.
And kind of like the bad thing about it, in my opinion, the bad thing about my opinion, Tom Holland Spider Man had three movies to be able to be that has stakes in it, and for him to be able to blossom just on his own. And Marvel, what did Marvel and Sony did that made him a kid? This mean I say why? Because you look at the Tobey Maguire Spider Man, he was a senior in high school in one movie, one a half a movie, and he wasn't even in school for that long. If you look at the first Spider Man movie and stuff like that, and thus even Andrew Garfield wasn't even Spider Man that long. Stuff. Then he wasn't in high school that long and stuff like that. Because I'm looking at this, I say, really? I'm looking at all this stuff and stuff. I'm looking at everybody around here.
Yeah.
I look at everybody around here supposed to be writing stories and stuff like that. I said, wait a minute now. This don't make no sense. And, and kind of like the bad thing about this is that was on they can come out with a bad Spider-Man movie. Pe- pe- People will defend this jump to the T. Cause they ain't right here talking some they find people that is defending Captain Marvel. I say, how you is defending that movie? So you look online, this was also Captain Marvel is not as bad as remember. I say it's worse. Take out Infinity War. Take out the Infinity War
Yep.
and you take
Hmm.
and put you take out that post credit scene. That movie
Yep.
is bad. And
Yeah. More than that.
that when people like in my opinion just start doing we tell something. If you take out that post credit scene and you saying that movie worse because you take out one scene at the end, that's a bad movie. That's a bad movie all around. That's a bad movie or series all around and stuff. That in my opinion. And and kind of like the other thing, like I want to see like in the future is like a Street Fighter movie. Because that in my opinion, tell some it's easier to make a Street Fighter movie than than such than such than a big old Mortal Kombat movie. I think in my opinion, because you look at the power set of the movies and stuff like that, and plus I'm looking at this, I say I'm looking at all this, I said, wait a minute now, you telling me, you telling me now, on Capcom. You telling me that you let Warner Brothers beat you and make the first Mortal Kombat movie just in the modern era, and you had Street Fighter One, Street Fighter Two, Three, Four, Five, and Six, all that lore,
Yeah.
and you
They
can't
didn't make it good.
make a movie for yourself.
It's not that hard. Just use the lore, create it, something like that.
It's easy. It's the easiest characters that you but
I mean,
because that's what.
fine asking about writing how to make it in plot into a universe.
Yeah, yeah, because you look at the characters based on lore, what's harder to make. Mortal Kombat got a higher degree of difficulty making a movie based on accurate lore than just in Street Fighter. I don't get it. You got all this out there. You got all the movies out there, and you can't make a good more. You can't make a good Street Fighter movie or a series. If you don't make them, if if you don't want to make a movie, let's make it a series. And this kind of thing make me mad. Bath in the Sun made a good Chun Li and Real in Power crossover. How in the world? How in the world do you let Bath in the Sun show you how to make a good Real and Chun Li adaptation crossover with Power Rangers just before Capcom even try making another movie? I just don't get it. That if anybody think I'm wrong, look at Bad for the Sun short film. This talk song. It has
Yeah.
Tommy, Gia, and
Yep.
the Power Ranger
Hmm.
crossover thing with the Street Fighter characters. How can Capcom not make a series based on because that's what make the Street Fighter movie around Ryu. It's easy. It's based on Ryu anyway. It's based on Ryu and Ken. It's based on Ryu, Ken, Chun Li, and Guile. Those are the four characters you need to start it off. That's it.
Yeah.
Then you branch off from that.
Yeah.
It's so easy though. I don't get it. You can make a 2 hour movie based on Ryu and Ken and put it bringing in Chun Li and Guile just as detectives or some kind of detectives or agents that just try to find Bison. Right there. That's your movie. Bison, Vega, Borog, and some of the other Shamalu people. It's so easy. I don't get it. What's the problem? It's easy. it's way easier just than come back because you look at because it got about 3 or 4 origin stories in comic books too. And Street Fighters just got one. They just got one story, one lore, and you telling me that the company can't make a movie or a series.
That very changed right now.
And that's a bad thing. And that's what Barco. And the bad thing about it, Warner Brothers
Yeah.
is making a Mortal Kombat 2 right now. They're filming that.
Wow.
I'm looking
No
at
shit.
this. I said,
Wow.
I'm looking at I'm looking at this. I said, wait a
Interesting.
minute. Now. I'm looking at this. I said, wait a minute. You let WB making 2 Mortal Kombat movies before you even make one Street Fighter movie. They're going theaters or series or anything like that. Come on, be, because that's what. If you don't want the characters to look like the characters that's in the game, I understand that if you can't find the clothes, that's what have the characters essence inside the people that you cast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not it's
Yeah.
not like if you want to cast a guy, if you don't want him to have a blonde flat top, be that tall, just cast somebody that look like an army person just with black hair, just with a flat top.
Yeah.
If you can't do a blonde or anything like that, or something like that, and he have blonde just at the end of the movie, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that if they want to do that. And something the bad thing about Tulsa, if you look at it, they can do like a 2 or 3 part. If they want to do seasons, they can have about four 4 to 5 seasons worth of Street. If you look at 4 to 5
Yeah.
seasons of Street Fighter, I think in my opinion, if they want to do that, they can make it 4 or 5 seasons. Even more if you if you count Boy Raw changing to the other side, Birdie, um some of the people actually just said defected just from Shout Aloud and changed to the good side. And those could be like second, third, fourth seasons and stuff like that. There's good things right there. I don't
Yeah.
get it. Because that's what when you look at the lore of Street Fighter, Bison got more people that had that that had turned away just from Shadow Line just than Stan and stuff like that. And that was the reason why he made that power. Dang, who made that power he had? Psycho power, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
Like the new one, he got a psycho power, and he make people work for him. I think something like that. Because he saw his right hand man, Sagat left him, Birdie left him, and 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 some other people left him too. Um, be, because thing is, like he thought the power to just work on Charlie Nash in the game, but it didn't work. Be, because it's Charlie Nash on wheel was if it was too strong that just to keep Bison power just for controlling, and now it's just he got psycho power now. And he more
Yeah.
powerful than Gal, I think too. Out the two, I think in my opinion, I like Gal, but that's what when you add in the psycho power does with Charlie Nash skill and power level, he he more powerful than Gal to me.
Yeah.
Be, because you got to look at it not from a fandom. You got to look at skill for skill. Charlie Nash is more he more nimble. He is more adaptable. The the time for power sets and stuff. He more adaptable and everything else like that. And that what people just need to. C. Gal, like he like a fan favorite. I like him. I like Gal's a fan favorite, and he like a top four or top five character on my list at time for Street Fighter stuff and that. But the thing is, in my opinion, that time for power level, the most powerful people is Charlie Nash, Ryu, Ken. If he learned how to if he learned how to block that other Sato that is inside him, sound like real good. He top three. Um, Chun Li, she good, and
Yeah,
Cammy, and Cammy powerful too. Because you look at it, Cammy used to be a dial, remember? A psycho power dial, I think something like that. They call them dials, right? Um,
I think so.
yeah, yeah. It would call dials, and Bison used psycho power just to wake him up and use them. But that's what she changed to the good side, and now so she got psycho power too and stuff like that. And these new characters, I'm not even sure if Capcom just gonna use them in the movie and stuff like that. And, because anybody they might use them, but the thing is, they might use them later on.
Right.
And one of the characters that I want to see in the future is some. I want to see Zhang Zi up in the movie in
Yeah.
modern times. Because so you look at the game as Zhang Z in the game, he broken. That's like a broken man inside the game. Be, be, because right, in my opinion, stuff like that. Up in my opinion, um, you put Zhang Z right now, a broken Zhang Z in the game, man. Shoot, man. I was playing a game over at my cousin's house one time, Street Fighter game, that they had Zhang Z or something like that. I was playing online against somebody. That character was broken, and for like the only way for me to beat him is for me to get real and Guile. Because like Chun Li, I like her, but she didn't have the power to get through Zhang Z hits. But then Rio and Guile did because she used Guile on Sonic Boom, and plus he used real punches and kicks. He can get through Zhang Z defenses along with Birdie and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
In my opinion, games most of the time, the games and stuff most of the time, you got to look at the other person what they picking. Because that's what if they pick that is quick, you gotta pick Ken, Chun Li, or Birdie, or somebody that can like control distance. Because you already know if they pick a female character that's fast, you got to pick somebody that know how to that know how to control distance and stuff like that in games and stuff like that. You playing people, and that will people, my opinion, just in real life sometimes too. And then you saw that last Resident Evil movie, which was bad. That
Uh, I don't think so.
um, just don't look at it.
Uh,
It was an alright movie, but it made Leon scary.
uh,
They made Leon just not have no skills. Um, because Leon, like a live action one, the new one that came out, a live action one. The
yeah.
Leon, because we all know Leon just got skills, and
Yeah.
he know how to shoot guns. He know how to get all stuff. Because you look at the first game Leon was in as a rookie, shoot, he learned how to adapt to the situation, and that's why in this game. It seemed like he didn't do it.
Mm.
And plus, I'm looking at this. I say, wait a minute now. The last time I checked, Leon know how to fight. Leon know how to help people. He know how to get out certain situations with help. And you try to tell me that you got Claire over here just doing this all the heavy lifting? Come on, now, that junk don't make sense. That junk don't make sense in my opinion. That junk don't make sense in my opinion though. That makes no sense. And and kind of like in my opinion, people could say I'm hating on Claire, but that's what Leon is a better fighter. He's a better shooter, and he is a better thinker in certain ways. Claire, to type of certain stuff with them zombies, because that's what we all know. Claire got a hot head sometimes, and she like to go into situations without thinking about it in the game and stuff like that. That's what Leon would actually think it through, and that when the movie people who make it just need to think about sometimes, because that's what we all know. We all know time for a zombie apocalypse is someone rescue us. Who we calling? We is not calling Claire first. We is calling Leon up in the Resident Evil world. We call Leon, Chris, then Claire. She's the third one we calling. Be, 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 because that's what we not calling Claire first to rescue us because she get hurt so much sometimes. She get hurt. She go in places when she not seen half of the time. I'm looking at this. I say, don't the resident that and she's not even good man. Shoot, that jump get on my nerves half of the time. That jump get on my nerves half of the time, man. I deal with that. I said, why? And that's kind of the bad thing about it, which I notice most of the time. Like time for like time for game live action stuff. It seems like the companies just don't care sometimes. Like dealing with certain projects. I say why, man. Should I don't get on my nerves. And some people actually, and some people be saying like, and some be saying like they like Marvel, um, the Marvel storytelling in Phase 4 and 5.
Yeah.
And and the bad thing about Phase 4 and 5 is like you don't even know just what the story leading to. That's the thing.
Yeah. They
You
know
don't.
where it goes somewhere, some of it.
Yeah,
Then what part to take for it.
yeah, because they keep on saying toss on multiverse. I say,
Where,
you telling the
where,
universe because I'm looking at this. I say, wait a minute, it's not even telling us with these stuff, which I don't get half of the time.
mm,
Like like I'm doing movies and stuff like that, everything like that.
right.
Um, which I would like to see, like for Phase 4 and 5, actually tell us up in the main universe what's happening because this multiverse happening and stuff like that. Yeah, just tell us if people acting different, if the heroes different, if the heroes change the villains. At least tell us the consequences of some of these stuff. You know what I mean? This is ever since Sylvie and Loki just have messed up the multiverse.
Yeah.
Just if other people, just if other people just for the other universe could could jump into the main universe because of Sylvie and what she did and Wanda. I hate to say it,
Mm.
those the two that messed up the multiverse. It was Wanda, it was Sylvie first, then Wanda messed it up second because she made it worse. And nobody else up in there that could tell me different. Because because all of us know if if it wasn't for Sylvie doing these stuff, man, that jump be different. What's up, Philip?
What's up? I just saw
Um,
Shazam 2.
yeah, that I think The Rock might be coming back too. That that Life of Black Adam, I think too. That because he coming back from the second part of Fast and Furious. Uh, because just we already know that if they coming back with that, the Fast and Furious, if he come out the Fast and Furious, James Gunn is using them in DC because we know this. It- because we know that DC need all the star power they need right now. Because like the Blue Beetle trailer look good, but that's what the actor that's playing him, he don't got the star power right now. But the trailer and movie look good and stuff like that.
I heard the
But
Flashpoint was good though.
but they need the Rock though. But they need him. They need the Rock and Henry Cavill. I hate to say it. I hate to say it for DC. They need Henry Cavill and the Rock mm, right now. It's time for movies and stuff like that. Because that's what if X Men's come out with a trailer and that trailer look halfway decent and DC got nothing, we be in trouble again.
Yeah, but think about it. If they bring back like The Rock and like Henry Cavill, people gonna compare it to like the Zack Snyder verse though.
No, no, no. This the thing that the Rock was willing to work with WB, but you remember that just the leadership and everything was changing at the time. The leadership stuff was changing,
Yeah,
and that's the reason why he made it a standalone movie. He made a standalone movie just because he didn't know what the leadership was just going to do.
mm,
He made an origin movie and stuff like that, and that was some people I think failed to realize that during that time, just when Big on Black Adam come out, it was all that and stuff. It was like changing leadership and stuff like that. And he would try to figure out where everything was at. Like on time for leadership and story, and he made an origin movie, and that origin movie was better than Shazam one,
yeah.
in my opinion.
You
Because
saw oh, you saw Shazam 2?
I was I was gonna look at that today. That because the movies I saw was Guardians 3, and plus I saw the new Fast and Furious.
Oh, okay. So you didn't saw Shazam 2?
No, I
Oh,
finna look at that tomorrow.
okay. Well, it do have some problems though, but it was like, well, the script was like kind of like, it was kind of, the script was trash though, but the acting was good though. It just the man who played like Shazam though, he was kind of annoying though. Like
Yeah,
every time when the villain talked though, he kept making jokes and jokes and stuff. Like I get
yeah.
in the comments he was a kid though.
No, no, it's two of them now. He was grown in one of them,
Yeah.
and for the other one he was a kid. It's two of them. It's two versions.
Oh,
They could have went with the dope one. I think if you got bring the Rock in it, make him a dope. Make him a dope. Because that's what if you try to make it a kid, they're gonna cause problems, and people want too many jokes in movies. And
mm,
plus, like the MCU already now put it in. in everybody's head if it's a kid hero, it's jokes and stuff like that. And kind of like and and kind of like the bad thing about it, Miles Morales is a better Spider-Man in my opinion, just than the Tom Holland one. The Tom Holland Spider-Man cool, I like him, but that's what as a Spider-Man
but yeah,
character, I think the animated Miles is kind of better.
that's good though. What I would say like do you think like Andrew Garfield is better than like Tom Holland?
Um, as
Like it's
Spider-Man, yes.
yes.
As Spider-Man, yes, but as Peter, no. He's a good Spider-Man. That's not my problem. It's him as the Peter character seeing like he didn't go through no trials and tribulation while just like killing Spider-Man. Because that's what if you look at Toby, he went through trial and tribulation while just while he was Peter and plus as Spider-Man. He had challenges he had to overcome. He had to overcome the challenges. And dealing with the Tom Holland Spider-Man, his movies wouldn't even have been good if he wouldn't have had good villains. And if he wouldn't have villains, I think he would have had good villains, and he wouldn't have good supporting characters around him. Because you look at the Toby Spider Man, he was that movie. He was good. He carried those movies, Spider Man one, and most of three. He carried those movies. Toby that the Toby Maguire Spider Man and stuff like that. And that would people like in my opinion fail to realize he did carry those Spider Man. He carried them, and that when people in my opinion that and that when people in my opinion fail to realize sometimes that just me because like Andrew Spider Man, I like him. Because you look at Spider-Man movies and stuff like that. Spider-Man movies, Toby Maguire's Spider-Man movie is the best. This are the all. That's the thing. That's the thing, in my opinion. What I realize that's the worst thing. And kind of like and kind of like the other thing, like I want to see Philip time for X-Men and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you just had choices to make, if you had a choice to make X-Men the villain, um, what villains would you make the villains in the X-Men movies?
The X-Men movie. You said what
Yeah,
villain be in the X-Men's? Let's see.
would you put?
X-Men's.
Yeah, would you?
I would say I would say dang it. It's kind of hard though because like what's one we talking like part one, part two, or part three?
If you would make it a four-part X-Men movie, series long. If you make a 4 or 5 part, um, four 4 to 5 movies, which villains would you put in?
Number one is like Magneto. Number two is like Silver Two.
Okay.
Number number three is like Juggernaut.
Oh yeah, shoot. He was a good villain.
No, no, number four is like number four is it's like I guess like dark Phoenix though, but
Dark Phoenix.
like yeah.
You probably
And
make that the 2-part movie. I think.
yeah, I probably will. What about man? Dang it.
Apocalypse, Mr. Sinister.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Apocalypse and Mr. Sinister could be like an Endgame type movie.
Could
Those
be.
two. Because right, if you look at it right, that on the
Mhm.
first movie could be like how can I say this? The big old origin movie deal with Magneto could be like a 2-part movie. Deal with Magneto.
Yeah, it could be though.
And so you look at Sabretooth, um when you put in Sabretooth, you put in Wolverine at the same time. And he could be like a fan favorite coming back just with Hugh Jackman or somebody else who are playing him. And that could be like the third movie, since the first one is 2 parts. And plus like the fight, and then plus the fight Juggernaut. So you know you're fighting Magneto as well. And that could be a 2-part movie too. Just with Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Because you look at it, they got Juggernaut told Sabretooth. Um, dang, now it's 2 more people they got with them too. But it changes on. No, Pyro. Pyro be with Magneto most of the time, and they can make the Juggernaut movie a 2-part movie and stuff like that. That could be like a 2-part movie and stuff. That, in my opinion, the Juggernaut movie was a 2-part movie. If they bring in like Dark Phoenix is a 2-part movie, and kind of like the other one I saw could be let me see, Apocalypse. That could be like a two a 2-part movie too. If they want Apocalypse, that could be okay. Okay, sure, that could be a good thing. That could be a good thing, I think, in my opinion. If they bring in Apocalypse for the last 2 movies, they can do that like an Infinity War type movie. I think, in my opinion, and kind of like for me, right? That like for all of the X-Men movies could be good, but that I'm worrying about, I am worrying about the writing. That's the problem. That
What about Deadpool?
because think about it, I'm worrying about the writing type of the X-Men movies, and that's kind of thing I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Because think about it, um, Marvel don't give you much faith in their writing and stuff like that. In my opinion, and that's kind of like the bad thing I noticed. It's something like they don't give um they don't give like they don't give good writing to certain characters. I noticed if the character's serious, they like to make jokes. That's what I noticed about Marvel.
Let's keep it real. Like the X-Men gonna be a joke. I mean, it's Disney anyway, though.
No,
Hmm.
that's the problem though. That's the problem
Yeah.
because if you look at the comic books,
So,
those characters do not joke.
yeah, you heard about what Chris Hemsworth said about like his kids fans don't like the movies though.
Oh, shoot, his
Yeah,
kids don't like. Dang,
his kids fans don't like the movies though.
dang.
And guess what he said? He said he want the old throwback though.
We've been saying this for the longest. We've been saying this ever
Even
since.
he said he want the old throwback though. He said it
But
himself though.
we've been saying this just as the fans that wasn't Disney stands most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
When we give our criticism on the live stream and say that they joke too much in Thor movie 2 and Thor
Mm-hmm.
when they made a joke, I've been saying that I've been saying that even before that movie even came out. And some of my live streams
Mm-hmm.
also Disney need to get serious. That's what
Mm-hmm.
not even kids like the movies. When your own kids just like the movie, that's bad, bro. That's bad. That's bad right there.
Yeah, that is bad. Like
Yeah.
when I like wow, I can't believe that though.
Dang. So his own kids don't even like it. And that's the reason why I've been saying talks on serious movies last longer in movie cycles. That just after the movie theaters, when you make it serious and go right into it, it lasts longer in history. And plus, shoot, it, it and people will actually go back and look at it on your streaming service, everything like that. Just from the writing, dialogue, and plus the movie's actually edited right and good, people will actually look at it. And kind of like the Disney fan talk was something. That was a good movie. They call that movie good. I say, come on, come on, because like me, and everybody know talk some that Thor: Love and Thunder movie did Zeus wrong, bro. They did. They made Zeus act like a lady doing that jump. I look at that. I said, wait a minute now. That's not how Zeus supposed to look. Because they had him out of shape. They had Thor beating Zeus. I said, wait a minute now. I like Thor, but that's what Thor didn't have that type of power when it could beat Zeus now and stuff like that. Let's get boost him up doing that movie and plot us don't know about. That's the only way they can explain it. But the thing my opinion talks on, they don't even explain if Thor had a boost doing that movie for him to be able to catch that thunderbolt and throw it back at Zeus. I said that just don't make sense doing that movie. And plus, like the big YouTube channels been in, they actually excuse some of the things the movie talks some and then what they did it just like the comic books, they wasn't rated R and kids can look at it. I say it's a rated R comic book. What in the world do you expect?
You talking about the anti woke YouTube channels?
No, yeah,
Wow.
I'm not talking the anti-woke YouTube channels, but I'm talking to actually Thunder, Love and Thunder movie. Tell us some comic book R. I say that will count though. No, it ain't for no kids comic book. I don't get it.
Mm-mm.
What, what people expect?
Yeah.
It, it was actually good and funny. And people would go. I'm looking at them. I say, I look at them in my head. I saying to myself, I say, wait a minute now. This Love and Thunder movie is not supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be serious. I don't get how they do it, but they the MCU and Disney made people go out there. Why? And that don't get on my nerves after. That doesn't get on my nerves.
Yeah, it's weird though.
And they be criticizing DC half of the time. That's the
They do though. And do what?
And do
It's
you
Walter
think
Man's
that
fault anyways.
Philip,
Huh?
yeah. And did you saw the Power Rangers special on Philip?
Huh?
The new one that came out?
The Power
Was it just with
Rangers?
Zach, Rob,
Not yet.
on
Not
the
yet.
Power Rangers special? You saw it? One with Zach is Mighty Ranger, Once a Ranger, Always a Ranger. Just on Netflix.
Not yet.
It's good. It's good.
Ah, ah. Not yet. I haven't seen though.
It,
Have
it
you
would
seen
actually
like
surprise
have you seen like the Little
and
Mermaid live action?
I ain't saw that movie yet.
Ah,
Is it good?
it's not him not it. I haven't seen it though, but like people say it's good though, and like some people say it's bad though, but anti woke talking about like the anti woke you talking about it failed it make failures like that. I like y'all haven't watched the movie yet though.
Uh, be, 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 because that's what I don't even listen to them half of the time because I'm looking on channels. So I say, wait a minute, did y'all actually look at the movie for y'all to even judge half of these stuff? Because I'm looking at I looking at half of these channels. I said, wait a minute now, you didn't even saw the movie and you judging it already.
Yeah, like judging all the box office, Disney, China. I was like, who cares?
Because you look at half of the time, China be the last one that they get the movies, and that's how the movie just be made up. Anyway, you put it in China, India, Africa and stuff like that overseas. They're just American numbers, but that's why you go overseas, people actually like them overseas and stuff like that. We go to England and Europe and stuff like that. They actually look at the movies most of the time. Unlike the American people over here who just be judging the movies and half of them don't even look at it and stuff like that. And
No.
and kind of like the bad thing about that
Yeah.
is some of the anti woke channels is making bank off that junk too. They're making money off their views and stuff like that. I'm looking at this. I said, wait a minute. Do everybody just not get it? It sounds like they not looking at the movies. They're just talking about it off the casting. They didn't actually look at the movie. And
Watch when they do the X-Men though. Watch when they do the X-Men though.
oh man,
Yeah, they gonna do that.
please, please don't, please do not try to color swap X-Men. Please don't do that because shoot, it's bad enough already just with Black Panther and Bishop that was on screen. Because you try to color swap Professor Xavier or Magneto, it's a problem. Because that's what I would agree with them then, and that's a bad thing. If shoot, if I start agreeing with the crazy people.
Dude, that's not what's funny. Dude, they got mad at the Mario movie though because Princess Peach what was the princess though.
Yeah,
She been doing that, right, bro? She been doing
no, Princess Peach is trash in the game.
that. Yeah,
She's not a
she
good
was.
character in the game, bro.
She was,
Because
but in the movie she was good though.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, the movie. I got the deal for the previews I saw in the movie.
Huh?
She was actually better in the trailer than her gaming counterpart, except for Mario Kart.
Yeah. That true though, but like when the Mario movie came out though, people won't call like this is like SJW woke and something like that. I like have y'all played the games though? Like she been trash though.
She's a trash character in the game, bro. Because you play the game online on PC, she is always getting catch, and Mario always just had to save her.
Mhm.
Because I'm looking at this, I say, how in the world do you let Bowser catch you all these times? But we find later on in the movie, some kind of somebody saying to me, talking some Bowser got powers or something like that, and that's probably the reason why he probably could break into the kingdom and get her all the time because he got powers in his size. Because you look at the games, he do got powers and stuff like that, and he one of the most powerful rulers in that universe. Besides Mario, Donkey Kong, and stuff like that. That's what I noticed. And they need to come out with a Star Fox movie or something like that. At least that. Be, be,
Huh?
a Star Fox movie. That just
Oh,
be good.
that would be fire though. That would be fire.
Because there's in my opinion, Sonic, if you can make a Sonic movie, I know that you can make a live action Star Fox movie. Come on, that's the easiest. That's easier to make just than a Sonic character. Star Fox, come on now, that's an easy character
You
to
know,
make.
you know, who can play Star Fox. Let's see, Star Fox. It will be like dang, Dave Batista.
Oh yeah, yeah, because he know how to emote his emotions too. He's a good actor though. I like him. He's a good actor. And and kind of like the other thing I noticed the song like the Flash movie. A lot of people like the Flash movie. They say too. Who saw it and stuff like that. A lot of people like it, and some of the Disney stands don't and stuff like that. And
That
that's
what? Oh,
me.
oh, that what? Like come out. So I look at Rotten Tomato. Like Rotten Tomato gave to like a Flash movie about like
Yeah.
73. They gave Infinity War 83. I like Flash. I like Infinity War
What?
not better than Flashpoint. Yeah.
Come on, boy. You you can always tell the biases and stuff like that. You can always tell when the bias come in.
That's why I don't listen to like Rotten Tomato though. I don't listen to Rotten
And
Tomato at all.
man, that jump getting on my nerves after talk on. Wait a minute now. They get a Flash movie at 73.
Yeah, but they gave like Infinity War 83 though.
How? That should be the same
I
show.
it's biased, dude. It's biased, man.
Man, man, I hate that jump, dog. They tell us on. It's they try to be fair. No, they're not. They're not fair. Come on, now that jump don't make sense. That jump don't make sense. And we need a Skyclops like this that's on the screen. That's what we need. A Skyclops is similar to that. If we get Skyclops built like this, that and he is the X-Men's Captain America. In case people like I forgot, he is the Captain America just for the X-Men's universe. People probably hate on me for saying that, but that's what it is. They can hate on me all they want to.
Bro,
But that's what we all
oh,
know.
bro. They do. I saw Rotten Tomato again, dude. They gave Captain Marvel a 79 and Flash a 93 though. What the freak?
What? What? Wait a minute. I got somebody paying somebody to do this job, dog.
Yeah, cheers,
Somebody paying. Let me see now. The Flash.
A 70. I
The but the thing is, I am IMDb give it a 10 out of 10.
Uh,
I'm glad for that because they're not biased like the other people. Wait a minute, now, time out. A 72%. Wait a minute. Now.
yeah.
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I bet not find out. I bet not find out that the Captain Marvel different MCU got a better um just got a better score in this.
that'd be worse. But which movie ever, right?
They give it a 79%. They get Captain Marvel a 79%.
No, should be worse ever than that.
And plus the audience give it a 45%, which is about right, in my opinion. But they give Rotten Tomatoes give Captain Marvel 79%, and they give Flash a 72. Come on, now that don't make sense.
Nah.
I don't get how you could give 72%. Why? That's dumb. That's dumb. How? A 72. No, man. There's gotta be bias up in here. Let me see now. Let me try Black Widow, which wasn't which would be worse than the Flash movie coming out. Please don't. Please don't. Please have sense. At 79%. That's not, come on now. The Black Widow movie is cool, but that's why it's not 79%. And plus the audience give it a 91%. And boy, that's gotta be a lie. Man, these gotta be Disney people, man. They're giving it all these reviews.
Mhm.
Come on, that junk don't make sense. Let me see some of these reviews just to see what they're saying. Just see if the movie good or not. It said the chemistry besides Larson and Lynch propel the last half of the movie and put the believability of Marie. Come on now. I like the actress that played Marie too. But come on now. She didn't care that last half of the movie.
Nah.
That's a lie.
How much?
And this the Captain Marvel had things going for it that elevated a bit above the pack. What? Provide more cultural lie and plus import despite this also Marvel movie feel like another Marvel movie. How the, this movie did not bring no cultural relevance. It didn't. I hate to tell people this, but the Captain Marvel movie did not bring relevance to it. That was Black Panther that actually did it. That wasn't no Captain Marvel movie. Captain Marvel was cool. That's just not. And for the other one saying, I like the character. The movie Brie Larson is a good. Come on now. We all know that Brie Larson character was not that good. Time for fighting and stuff. She had cool fight skills, but she that the choreography wasn't right through some of it.
Dude, they gave Infinity War a 85 though. Over Flashpoint, over Flash.
Boy, Man, these people get on my nerves half the time. I said, come on. Watch this. Philip, that's what I bet that I I bet the new Godzilla Kong. I bet the new Godzilla versus Kong movie would have a better story just than Phase 4 and 5.
Yeah, true that. Now. True
And,
that.
and, and, and the kind of bad thing about it, this is the multiverse. The multiverse when animals don't even talk.
Nah.
They kind of have a better story than Phase 4 and 5 right now in Marvel, which is sad. This
What
is sad.
they put Wonder Vision in better than Flash. I'm like, what?
Wait a minute,
Wonder
WandaVision,
Vision. Not 91% though. And Flash got 72.
that don't make sense.
But oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro.
Wait a minute,
I did not like
now,
Wonder Vision. Oh my god, bro. I did not like
Wanda,
Wonder Vision.
what? A 91%? How? How? That's not a good show. That's not a good show. It's just a boring show that kind of built up. Because look at it. Episode 1 and 2 almost put me to sleep, bro.
Yeah.
Episode 1 and 2 almost put me to sleep.
It just kind of feel like a recap though when I watch it though. It feel like a recap.
I didn't like it. That the on the last half in One Division was cool, but the first half, no. Because the thing about it, when you look at One Division and stuff like that, the comic it came out, all the X-Men puts me in there. Professor Xavier, Cyclops, Storm, Jean, everybody puts them in there during that event. And Marvel did not do it.
Yeah.
Marvel did not do it, which was bad because I keep on saying to myself, why don't Marvel want to get serious and just get serious like that? Because if we look at it, that's a serious situation, and they just made it into a sitcom. I say, how you made WandaVision into a sitcom, a serious story into a sitcom, but they find a way to do it, and that would get on my nerves. And people got a nerve say, "Thompson, that's the 91%. That's a 80%, but it's not." And some of the people that like it keep on saying, "Thompson, it reminds me of what I going through in my life." I say, it's not about your life. It's about superheroes. That what that what people forget. These are superheroes. You're not supposed to be able just to relate to superheroes.
They oh wait, when they say that?
That's just that so I can't really superheroes. I say my opinion stuff like that. I am kind of glad that I can't relate to DC heroes. I, I just I just can like relate to characteristics of them, and that's the point. And like for Marvel, they want to be realistic all the time, and that would kind of hold them back a little bit. And they got a nerd talk some Marvel heroes could be DC heroes. I say, most of y'all, most of the ground level heroes in DC, it is killing y'all right now in Marvel. Because you bring the DC power level, DC over the Marvel, compared to the Marvel power levels, they dead. Hawkeye, Squirrel Girl, Bishop. You could even bring Spider Man. He dead because if you look at it, Batman coming to kill him. Because Batman just would kill the just the biggest threat over there. Because you bring Batman to Marvel right now. The Spider-Man Rogue Gallery ain't nothing compared to DC. in Gotham he at. Ain't nothing. And Peter Parker and Peter Parker be having trouble with robbers half of the time and Shocker. Should you really think that he can handle Rashard Grove? Come on now. Come on now. Rashard Grove with powers? Man, please. Man, please. And these TikTok people who read the comic books on TikTok and some of the other people talk on Spider Man, if he don't hold back, he can beat Batman. I look at them, I say, wait a minute now. This is the same man right here that was like compared for Superman. Then you try to bring me Spider Man, man, please, he dead. Come
Yeah.
on. Come on now. He prepared for Superman. He faster than Superman. Superman is faster and stronger than Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And these people right here on TikTok and YouTube just need to face the facts. Um if they want to be funny and say that Spider-Man beat Batman, you know what I say? Okay.
Right.
At the ground level, let's bring in the Flash. The Flash beat Spider-Man and all his people. Come on now, because you look at Spider-Man criminals petty. And plus all that and plus the only person that the Flash might have trouble getting is like the Hobgoblin, Venom, Venom, and Carnage and Kingpin. Those the only four he might have trouble getting. All the rest of the criminals easy. The Lizard, man, please, the Lizard easy. Shocker, easy.
Yeah.
Vulture, easy. Come on now. These people in Marvel over here who who keep on talking some Spider-Man Parker clean up Gotham. No, he can't. Because that's what he stay broke all the time. Because that's what we all know. If Bruce Wayne wasn't rich over there, he couldn't be able to hide his identity. We all know this. In DC, you got to have money or powers just in order to hide your identity and stuff like that. I don't get how people just don't realize that by now. In Marvel, if you look at Marvel, this Marvel talks so I want to make our characters relatable. I say relatable. Forget being relatable to your audience. There is superheroes. That's the point. They're superheroes. It, and people hit Zack Snyder therefore therefore making Clark a superhero and making him kill Zod. That's what. If he would have knocked Zod out right now, and plus the cops or military would arrest him, where was they putting him? They couldn't hold him. They couldn't hold Zod at that time. Because that's what they didn't even have no kryptonite or red sun to be able to know their weakness and stuff like that. And just even Les Luthor wasn't even cast during that time. And just people say talk some he didn't have to kill Zod. I say really? And that was your family right there that just getting ready to just get eye blast by Zod. So you want Superman to
Yeah.
save your family, don't it?
Yeah.
I don't get it because you look in the comic books, Superman do kill. Superman do kill in the
Yeah.
comic books.
Yeah. That's
Just
true.
just when he
Injustice.
had to.
Not main universe, but yeah. Virgin Superman. Yeah.
Yeah, he just don't kill all the time. He just don't kill all the time, but
Yeah.
he just kill just when necessary and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. For example,
Uh,
Injustice or
yeah,
Crimson to Kiss Superman. Something like
yeah.
that. Yeah. Virgin Superman. Right. Yeah.
But the difference between me and Superman, shoot. half them villains, I might not kill them, but that's what I might break their arm to teach my lesson. That just to make sure that if they plan on doing it again, should they have something to memory by or put them in jail. Um, just when their powers won't work and stuff like that. And kind of like Superman, that it kind of like thing with Superman. I don't like sometimes talk something he stay broke. I say, come on now, Super. God, yo, get some money at some point at one of your virgins. Because you look at Kevin Ellis, even Kevin Ellis Superman, he became president in his universe and he got money during
Oh
the
yeah,
time. And you
actually, yeah,
telling me you try to tell me one of your universe you can't give Clark Kent um just a franchise in farming of him just
yeah,
doing farming undercover, just be like a rich farmer. What wrong with that?
yeah. What? Yeah, well, come on. It's not worth like Bruce Wayne inherit his family after the death. Or come on.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
because look at it, Superman is the alien. Superman is the
but
alien from space and stuff
yeah,
like that. Then he
but
need
the people
money.
have farmers. Yeah,
Yeah, because that's what if you look at it, this gives Superman just a business license for him to be able to work in the fields and stuff like that, and him and then just for him to be able to hire people to work in the fields and stuff like that where he at, just at a family farm. Come on, sure they need to give Superman just some money at some point, just just that him staying broke, and and that's why Batman always be getting on him too half of the time, just by staying broke. Because like Batman can talk Batman says, so you Superman, use your Superman um use your Superman persona and just shout out Clark. It's helping you out just to boost your family farm name or stuff like that. Because if you look at it, his family farm is big.
Mhm.
They can use it just as a cover to make money and stuff like that, and him being Superman at the same time. Sound like Bruce Wayne do with Batman.
Have you gonna saw the Superman animation, the new one?
I saw the on the newest one I saw. Let me see. Wait a minute. What's the name of the new one though? To make sure that I'm not. Is it the one like he fighting the Teen Titans or the other one like the Origin Superman?
It's the new one though. Gonna be on Tsunami.
Konami, I probably didn't saw that one. Because the newest one I saw was the one that the Origin Superman, the new one restart.
Talking about with the logo with no hair on it.
Um, I think I saw that one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Have you seen like Titans?
Oh yeah, Titans. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw those.
Man, I stopped watching to like a I think like season 4 though when like with Red Robin Hood though like I just didn't like it though. That why I stopped watching Teen Titans. I mean Titans so
the
I
new
just
one,
didn't like it.
the new one, right? The one's better. The original, I mean, yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I because like I thought like season 4 was not being like a recap though, or like they gonna keep it, but it was just a recap. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna stop there. I ain't watching. I might watch like season 5 though.
Oh, okay. That because the newest one I saw was Superman Man of Tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Then put the other
yeah,
one I
yeah.
saw was the Legions, the superhero Legions.
Right.
The Superhero Allegiance. I saw that one.
Mm.
The Superhero Allegiance. I saw that one though. That's the newest one I saw,
Yeah,
and that was the one when the Elite Five came down, causing trouble. I saw that one.
Yeah.
And stuff like
no,
that. That was one of the ones I saw.
Yeah.
the only thing I can say like they did try him dirty though. Like Raven Fire, they did him dirty though in the show.
Oh man. That no, they say James Gunn supposed to be doing a reboot of Titans though. He rebooting Titans.
Oh, for real?
That yeah, because the Titans you look at now, that's not the Titans that you're gonna see going forward.
Yeah, but the thing about it is like I don't want Damian Wayne to be in the Teen Titan though. I want like Dick Grayson to be in Teen Titan though, not Damian
No,
Wayne though.
no, no. Why you think the Flash movie coming out?
To like
It
be
just
reboot.
they doing the Flash movie come out just to like erase the old stuff that come out that just ain't work.
Mhm.
Sound like the Titan show, the Batwoman show, everything else stuff that came out, like just doing the Arrowverse. The Flash movie is gonna erase all that and stuff like that. They gonna erase all that. The bad shows that we didn't like sound like just doing the Arrowverse. Sound like Batwoman season 1 and 2. That's gonna be gone. That's gonna be gone. Because like, Superman Lois is part of the new James Gunn universe that we're looking at right now and stuff like that. And shoot, that's the thing. And that's kind of thing in my opinion, stuff like that. This is what I think. That because you look at the universe right now and Blue Beetle coming out, sure, Peacemaker is gonna be working with Blue Beetle, right? Like in the comic books is when it happened. Be, because sure, we know how James Gunn know how to do team ups real good. It's time for the universe. Sure, that's what I think happened too. Mark my words now. I say it here. Blue Beetle, Peacemaker, and might be the rat catcher later. Might might be trying to work with Blue Beetle like in a spin-off series or some kind of guest starring series. Or Blue Beetle might come in just as a guest star in season 2 of the Peacemaker. That's what I think. Just after the Blue Beetle movie come out, it actually be good.
But here's my question though. Since Damian Wayne gonna be in though, like what James Gunn's doing? Like is he doing like the combo like the new 52 or like what?
No, guess what happened is that James Gunn said the same person that is writing the Flash movie,
Mhm.
he gonna be doing Brave and the Bold, and that with Damian Wayne and stuff like that too. They're already writing it.
So is it not like the 52?
I I think they do the mixture on both of them, but they're taking the best of both worlds and
Yeah.
putting it in one.
But,
That
but ah,
and Damian Wayne might not be so young. Ever since they bringing in a Batman that might be older, till you marry a Batman that's older, that means Damian's gonna be older too. Stuff like that too. And you bringing a Batman that's older, that means you got to bring back Ben Affleck. And Ben Affleck actually want to be Batman though. That's the thing. He want to be Batman as long as you give him just on writing control for over the project. I think, in my opinion, you should bring back Ben Affleck though. I think, in my opinion, if you bring him back, you bring back a lot of fans that's back in DC. That's what I think, in my opinion. because the thing about the raw passer Batman couldn't $1 billion, and he was the new Batman that everybody liked this thing. He couldn't even bring in $1 billion. If you would bring in something like a Ben Affleck Batman movie, that movie would make at least about 800 million or more. I think a Ben Affleck Batman with his skills he showed in the warehouse, man, come on now. Shoot, you bring that Batman now? Shoot, that Batman gonna be a problem. And you bring back Deadshot, you bring back the Joker, a new Joker if you have to, Two Face, um, hey, Scarecrow, everybody else like that. If you bring them characters back, man,
Right.
Be very good.
they gonna be a problem if they can bring back some of the if they can bring back some of the old Suicide Squad that didn't die, man, that junk gonna be a problem in my opinion. That stuff like that in my opinion. And and kind of like for me, if I find out that that the Suicide Justice League killed Justice League could be like a better story than in the Spider-Man 2 game, boy, shall we know that Spider-Man fans is gonna be capping.
Oh yeah. Do you think like Tom Cruise can play Batman?
It might not be Tom Cruise though. He might not play Batman. He might play Spectre.
Ooh, no.
He might play Spectre or somebody else or some kind of Green Lantern. Because like that, like they want Al Jordan to be older. And for Al Jordan to be older, you gotta bring in a younger John Stewart. And Tom Cruise is the perfect one to play Al Jordan. Because that's what look at the Mission Impossible series. He bringing money by himself. He is the money just for the studio and stuff like that. If you look at the Mission Impossible series, it made money for all of them and stuff like that. And kind of the last thing, and it's kind of last thing I want to talk about before I leave is then with the Transformers universe. Um, and what I think for the Transformers universe, I think this second movie is gonna be good. In this one right here, the Transformers Rise of the Beast, and this supposed to be a two-part movie. I think the Transformers movie, and this might be part one of bringing in Unicron. I think stuff at because then for me that's a smart move. I think what I think they did is make it like a two-part movie that would actually be good. I think in my opinion, but some people might not like it. There's being two parts, but then for me, I think it's smart just making this a two-part movie. And kind of last time I was talking about before I leave, it sounded like that this Transformers movie was a two-part movie, which is actually good. I think in my opinion for everybody, is making a two-part movie and plus making it into two parts, you can actually tell a better story. I think in my opinion than making it two parts and stuff like that. And kind of like the announcement, and it kind of like the announcement I got to make before I leave in industry. It sounds like um I got memberships back up for this channel because I got two of them. I got one for 99 cents and one for 199 if anybody who want to join. Be- 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 Because like for either one, so you get to come up with a topic that I got to talk about, or just make a video for the live stream or video if you need me to make it. Um, if you're doing the 199, I got to make a video or a topic based on the subject that you put on the comment section and stuff like that. I will actually do it then and stuff like that. And and kind of like if they got a question or just any topic that y'all want to make or just want to make a video on, if y'all join the membership and stuff like that, I I would actually just make a video on it and stuff like that. And and before I leave, if y'all follow me on TikTok, I'm a Zero Nation Zero. Y'all can follow Barcode, Multiverse, Phantom, Phantom Ranger 1397.
I'll make it Zach. I'll make it Zach.
Yeah. Um, Detroit
Jojo.
Ghost, I think. Yeah. JoJo a fan. Lori. Um, Odyssey is one of them. Let me see. Let me start naming them. Make sure that I'm not missing nobody. Brittany Rose. PV Trooper. LeBron Fett. Blaze Hawk. The Review Time Productions. Ethan. Shucks. I'm not missing nobody in it. I think DC Sniper who do 3 TikTok. He a good one. Detroit Ghost, DPCT Patron. That's a good one. Kind of like, let me see. Dang, God. Let me see who else be doing it. Yeah, yeah. That's it. And and, and plus, for anybody I missed, I would shout you out their stream and stuff like that. Um, and plus, I'll see y'all later and see y'all next stream.
See ya.